Be a mom one day, and I absolutely can.
The world is burning. Let's
watch It's a Gundam.
You might be going, who the hell is Dylan? And if you've been paying attention to my channel, you already know who Dylan is. I have been watching Dylan backwards and forwards looking for secret messages, and I think I've uncovered the tomb of Tootin' Ra. Anyway, what the hell's going on with Dylan? I can't remember. Sometimes you have to self-medicate for this job. You may have seen Dylan a couple times on my channel as I've followed the Church of Dylanism, to just keep an eye on this strange creature, this person I had discovered on the TikToks. I found that with time, Dylan evolved from being a gay man to a they-them to being a woman, but not a woman, a little girl, because being a woman is too much work. It's too strong, too stressful. And Dylan wasn't ready for the responsibilities of womanhood, so Dylan decided to be a girl.
Day 8 of being a girl, and I've gotten some messages that are saying that I need to be calling myself a woman and not a girl. And I didn't even know that some women were offended by being called girls, so that's really good to know. But for me, the word girl feels great because I never got to be one growing up. And it feels very able to make mistakes and growing and changing and evolving, whereas the word woman feels very strong and confident and powerful, and that still intimidates me a little bit. So I'm gonna keep calling myself a girl. Hope that's okay. Love ya.
right.
Dylan is easing into womanhood by starting off as a girl and frolicking and playing, because that's what little girls do. They frolic and play in hot pants and high heels. Ultra Beauty let out the most earth-shattering tweet on Twitter forevermore since Santianados.
Trans girls can do it too.
Was the claps necessary? In both counts, no, it wasn't. What are they doing?
Tune into the latest episode of Beauty. That's it, the beauty of. Anyway, David Lopez sits down with guest Dylan Mulvaney. They chat all things girlhood. Watch now.
Yes, looking at these two people. Obviously, you read girlhood all day, Queen. I mean, oh my god. What? Nothing says girlhood like a full beard, honey. You bigots.
I really didn't want to make this video because I feel embarrassed, but I'm just gonna do it. Day 17 of being a girl, and I am the bearded lady. Ah!
Yeah, it's like I make the beard feminine,
Right.
in a way.
David Lopez. I've seen that gay dude before. I would assume with facial hair, you subscribe to doodliness. But, you know, the rules are all screwed up now. Like, that's why Zoomers suck. Everything that was fine before is bad now. Oh my god. You think there's only two genders, you bigot?
Now I know I can find love. I know I can still be a performer. I know that I can have a family. I want to be a mom one day, and I absolutely can. And that's why the narrative still has a long way to go, because when I was grieving boy Dylan, I didn't know those things were even accessible to me.
School. They kept referring to him as transgender. The parents were thrilled. After all, a transsexual is so much more chic than a plain old sissy.
I don't know how Dylan is a performer. Other than this is probably going to be seen as the greatest goof of all time, because part of me still feels that the act of Dylan is literally an act. Either that, or Dylan will be mincing around for the next few decades and we'll all be doomed to see it. That's right, I said mincing around. Because nobody knows what it's like being a woman better than Dylan. He has been doing it for 200 days and has already been sponsored by Tampax. Forbes called Dylan practically the woman of the year.
What? They only honor women, and Ron's the opposite of a woman.
What's going on?
You're Pawnee's Woman of the Year, looks like.
Well, it's about time.
And Dylan is doing this in 200 days of womanhood. I know women that have like lived and died and didn't do as much as Dylan. So think about that, ladies, you bigots. So of course, women are pissed, and Ulta Beauty snapped into action. They were like, what? Women don't like this. Okay, I've got an idea. Block every negative message from a woman. And if she doesn't stop, send her a static reply. Because nothing says listen to women like ignoring women about women's issues.
Let's blow those whining women back to the dark ages right where they belong.
Yeah, okay.
Let's see the hidden comments, because that's where all the sugar is.
That fuck woman-faced little bigot.
You know she wanted to use the other word, but she couldn't. But if it was like 2010, she would have used it and I would have laughed my ass off. Is he gonna use a woman as his cattle to have children? I hate this. Actually, Betty, Dylan is fully prepared to become a pregnant woman. Because Dylan is, I don't know what the hell Dylan is doing.
So I recently told my parents that I may be a little bit romantically interested in women. And that was a big shock for them, considering the past 10 years of coming out as gay, then queer, then non-binary, then trans. And I think it was just a bit of a shock. So I tell my dad and he goes, well, I would love to see you get a woman pregnant. And I said, oh, no. She would be getting me pregnant. And then he said, what, do you have a vagina now? And I said, never say never. And then I tell my mom, and she goes, I would just love to see you own property one day. And in California, that's sort of, you know, a parent's dream. It's not having kids or getting married. It's are you able to own a house? Wouldn't that be nice? Yeah.
Betty comes back again.
You really want to insult your primary female customer base, don't you? It's Ulta Beauty. We believe that beauty is for everyone. And we kindly request that everyone be treated with respect on our channels.
Well, why not respect women, you bigot?
So you'd have a white man in blackface advertising your products then. Is that respecting everyone? Because it sure looks like a slap in the face of your primary female customer base to have this insulting caricature of womanhood represent you. I won't shop with you again.
Oh my.
Because women are actually protesting. What have you done, Dylan? You've turned them all against you. Betty wasn't having it today, honey. She's not wrong. How come Ollie London is seen as a social pariah and Dylan is like some sort of bastion of transhumanism? If we're going to be fair here, Ollie London has spent more money than he'll make in his entire life to try and turn into a Korean/Jam. Dylan just bought a pair of panties. How is this fair? At least Ollie's going all the way.
I won't shop with you again.
Lies, Betty. You're going to tell me that what Dylan is doing doesn't warm your heart? Play the clip, Stu.
Day 66, being a girl, and today I'm in nature. Trees, I love them. Water, lakes, I love them. Heels, they're my hiking heels. I love them. Okay, come on.
Tell me this doesn't scream womanhood.
Love ya. Ah! Oh. Did you see that? I gotta get out of here.
The epitome of womanhood. Running around half naked in heels, giggling at leaves. Ah yes, this sums up my existence perfectly.
I guess my question is, which one do I carry around? The super? Because maybe if you have a light flow, you can still use a super? I don't know.
Dylan carrying around tampons and pads is the equivalent of me carrying a Superman's cape under my clothes. The day will never come when I can use it.
Here goes nothing. It's pink, it's kind of adorable, and it kind of looks like a butter churn. So you just go like that? Ow. Where does the string go? You are getting sleepy.
Are you aware Dylan called female anatomy a Barbie pouch?
Do we have that clip, Stu, of the Barbie pouch gate?
On, and they were all staring directly at my crotch. And I went, oh, I forgot that my crotch doesn't look like other women's crotches sometimes, because mine doesn't look like a little Barbie pocket.
Dylan seems desperate to monetize. Not sure why Alta would go on board. He is doing a mockery of women. Won't be spending another dime with you. We are trying to point out to you that Mulvaney's entire social media presence is a mockery of womanhood and firmly grounded in harmful sex stereotypes. And also, that it's very creepy for an adult male to keep calling himself a girl.
Hobo! How could you? You're telling me you find Dylan in little girl frilly socks to be strange? You bigot!
Gay.
Also, Dylan identifies as a girl because being a woman, Dylan's just not ready for that responsibility. Betty is absolutely going off.
And he buys tampons so he can be a pervert to strange women in the ladies' room.
Betty's referring to the TikTok where Dylan was handing out tampons on the street. I guess like there was also a time where Dylan was handing them out elsewhere, but that wasn't filmed. Jesus Christ, I can't believe this is my job. Pretty much this tweet got completely ratioed by damn near everyone. Even retweets were popping off, but somehow the post actually rebounded and is now kind of evening out. Little odd. I might even say botting.
I really think more women need to wake up to this nonsense. I think too many of us have stayed quiet because we didn't want to hurt feelings and are too concerned with being polite. I've had enough. I'm not going to be quiet. Hashtag womanface is disrespectful. Hashtag boycott Alta.
There is a bit of irony in all of this.
People also about liking feminine. Like, I think in womanhood, I get shamed a lot for liking pink and, glitter. And I'm like, why does that bother you so much? Like, what? Like, I think
Misogyny,
they think that I'm.
Everything is sexist. Everything is racist. Everything is homophobic. And you have to
point it all out.
And what's really funny is that in the comments, there's also women saying that Dylan's very existence is misogyny. Stop supporting misogyny, for sakes. At what point does the word begin to lose meaning when trans people are calling women misogynist and the women are calling the trans people misogynist? You're the Nazi. No, you're the Nazi. Well, it didn't end there. This news of Dylan has reached new heights, and the world has been exposed to my favorite TikToker. Feminist News and Opinion Redux.
Insulting Ultra Beauty interview features two males discussing motherhood and girlhood. Trans women can teach you more about femininity than cis women can any day of the week. And that's not a challenge, it's an invitation. During his day 74 of girlhood video, Mulvaney advocated for the normalization of his
scrotal bulge.
The world is burning.
After complaining that people at the supermarket were disturbed by the outfit he had been wearing, the leather shorts he was donning clearly showed the outline of his genitals. I forgot that my crotch doesn't look like other women's crotches because mine doesn't look like a little Barbie pocket, Mulvaney says. I just normalized it. And we all just normalize women having bulges sometimes because we're coming up on bikini season, baby. And you might see a bulge or two.
So this is the joke that every woman was making to me. Like, my DMs are going off. Women are sending me messages. And they're like, normalize bulges. And I'm like, what, huh? It's Dylanism. Dylan will have a religion in no time. Trust me. This is pretty funny, though. The war between feminists and the trans movement. Like, their leader is Posey Parker, I think. Well, if that wasn't enough to warm your heart for this electoral season that's coming up, if you didn't know, Dylan got to go to the White House and talk about issues.
Healthcare and banning kids from playing sports. To go deeper into this issue, here with us today is Dylan Mulvaney, who's welcomed us into her life by showing on social media her girlhood series. Let's take a look.
My name is Dylan Mulvaney. I am a trans woman, and I am documenting my transition publicly on TikTok for the world to see.
Is this real life? I'm seriously having psychological issues accepting that this is really happening.
Yes, it is happening, Solid. You bigot.
It's hilarious. The President of the United States does an interview and not even 600 people watching. This is the best SNL skit in years.
The odd thing about this is the video they showed of Dylan they made Dylan's videos seem normal. Like, I've been watching Dylan for a while, and I honest to God believe that Dylan was like an act. Because you can't watch some of this stuff and take it seriously. But the way they filmed Dylan, it damn near made Dylan normal. That video of Dylan wasn't accurate to Dylan's TikToks. It should have gone a little bit more like this.
This issue here with us today is Dylan Mulvaney, who's welcomed us into her life by, showing on social media her girlhood series. Let's take a look.
Well, I would love to see you get a woman pregnant. And I said, oh, no. She would be getting me pregnant. Dylan Mulvaney from TikTok. That was the little swimming song from Finding Nemo, because you're a swimmer. My crotch doesn't look like other women's crotches sometimes, because mine doesn't look like a little Barbie pocket. I thought the letters stood for small, medium, and large based on the size of your Barbie pouch, but after a Google, I found out it's actually the level of your flow.
Hey guys, I'm finally Korean. I've transitioned.
The Being a Girl series, yeah, where Dylan is got a bulge in a bikini. It's a far cry from the video you shot. Well, anyway, it just seems like the world is finally catching up to Dylan. And frankly, it surprises me that it took this long. In fact, it's about time. Dylan is now my new favorite odd human being to replace Richard Simmons, who's gone missing in recent years. Right on time.